Welcome to the Stata Introduction tutorial. In this session, I will talk a bit about data cleaning. Its definition is when you identify incomplete, incorrect, inaccurate, irrelevant, etc. parts of the data and then replace, modify, or delete this dirty data. Although Stata may not be able to be omniscient and correct every single error, it can help you identify them more clearly. So I've purposefully created some errors. We want to be able to find these errors. One way of doing an overview is just by codebook, if you remember. So we can in the codebook and look at everybody. We see there's ID, there's sex, and you can see immediately here what's strange about sex is that yes, there are males and females, but there are also these strange numbers 10 and 55. We know that's not supposed to be there. Let's take more of a look. We see that in age there are no missings, but we see the range. It's up to 9,798 as someone's age. You know that's impossible. So you know we have to look at age later, which we'll be doing. Over here for marital, we see that there are some strange numeric values with no labels, so we need to check out what is happening there and who had these. Now, in a very large data set, it's hard to comb through all the specific data points and find out, oh, that's the wrong one, or that's not supposed to be there. So one way to help identify the errors, and it's great because we have an ID number here that we can say, okay, we know that, for example, this person, 142, had a strange marital status. We need to check on the original data collection form, or the original place where you collected data. We need to check that form and check if indeed there's a new label or if it was single. So this is one way to check. In age, there were some very strange values. So for age, what we can do is sort age. Once we do that, we can check here. We see that age has been sorted with the smallest up top and the largest values at the bottom. We have these two very strange values. So we can identify, okay, ID number 235 has an error because no one's 1,000 years old. Also, ID number 575 has an error. So you can go back to the data collection forms where you took that data, you look up ID number 235, and you check, oh, that person was actually 4 years old. And you check 575, and you say, oh, that person was actually such and such years old. And then you can change the data to the correct one. I'm just making this data up, pretending it's what I found on the actual form. Also, we saw that in sex, there's some strange values too. So let's sort sex, and then it would list it. It would list it from the smallest value, which is 0 for female. So all those zeros go together in female, and then it'll start going into males later. And by the end, you can see what does not fit is the 10 and the 55. And then when you check back, oh, person 235, what's their real sex? You can change it to the right one. 535, what's their real sex? You can change that. This concludes the tutorial on Stata.